Welcome everybody. I'm gonna give you guys 5 or 6 minutes to come in, so we don't have a bunch of people coming in and being confused. Because I want to state the rules and how this is gonna go one time. Welcome everybody. Welcome to Adventure Stories Requiem of Blood, a new interactive game by me, Adventure Stories, and we'll give you guys another 5 minutes or so to come in and get settled in. Hey Gold Star, how you doing? Random D2, welcome to the live stream. I had quite a few things planned. I'm doing well, I saw Wolfie. A little sweaty, because I went as fast as my hands could go to get this game ready for tonight. And it's mostly there. A couple things I wished I could have done, but I hope you guys enjoy it. Hey, Alpha7269 and Red. Hey Red, how you doing? And Gravy and Jacob. Dungeon Master, huh? Even though I've got my air conditioning going on in the background, I'm actually going to leave it on this time because I think it adds to the ambiance of what's about to happen. Hey Neko, how you doing? I'm gonna give everybody another couple minutes here to come in, because once I say the rules and how this game's gonna go, we're just gonna go. Hey Katana, Glitch Enemy Simp. Wow, so many people so fast. In the Discord server, Adventure Stories ASMR, I basically am Daddy, Father, Papa, and Yuri is Mama. Okay, enjoy your art. Fried rice with bacon. Jesus. Hey, Jordan Lawson. Yes, this is an experimental, one-of-a-kind RP game. Kind of like Choose Your Own Adventure. Except it's live, and every word you're about to hear is unscripted. It's completely ad-libbed. Bacon. Oh my god. It's an interactive roleplay game where you guys are going to choose how the adventure goes, and you just might meet your demise if you choose the wrong door or choose the wrong place at the wrong time. Give you guys one more minute. Mother is sleeping. She's had a very, very hard day. Lots of people in the Discord aren't listening, and she's getting very upset. And she went to bed with a headache, so I have now taken over the Discord, and I am watching to make sure that all of you behave nicely. This is going to be a scary game. It's more on the horror side. So if you don't like scary games, you might want to leave. Yes, IRPG, interactive roleplay game. I think after a few days off, she might feel better. It's fine. Hey, Raniel King, how you doing? Well, if you decide to leave, that's fine. I don't hold it against you. For those who do want to stay, stay. This is kind of what I wanted for the roleplay on my server to be like. Just, this is a lot scarier. Okay. I think most of everybody who's going to be here is here. I am about to announce that right now, Ray. Alright. Welcome, everybody, to the Adventure Stories ASMR interactive roleplay game, Requiem of Blood. This is a choose-your-own-adventure game, just like the Goosebumps books. And based on what I hear in the chat, I'm either gonna go left, right, forward, or backward. Of course, if there's no such thing as one of those directions, I'll say, cannot compute, or try again. When you enter a room, I'm going to describe what objects are interactable, and you're going to choose between those interactive objects. And depending upon what you choose, you might gain an item, or something bad might happen. At certain points of the game, I'm going to roll a dice. If the dice says a monster appears, a monster appears. And we have quite the roster of monsters to choose from. If a monster appears and you don't have a weapon, you're pretty much left with one option. Run and hide. Okay? Now, first things first. Are we all on board with this? You guys choose what direction to go and what object to interact with. If you're going to battle, you choose which weapon from our list you have to choose from. Is everybody on board? Good. Now, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a handicap. No monsters are going to appear right off the bat, but I'm going to help explain things as we go along. Also, this first episode is not going to be very long. It's only going to be about an hour. It's the introduction to the story. And if you guys like where it's going, we'll continue chapter 2 tomorrow or maybe some other day. So without further ado, let's begin. First of all, can you guys hear that music and the sound effects? I haven't tested to see if the music and sound effects are good yet. Alright. You find yourself in the middle of the forest, deep in the heart of Blackwood. You're in a carriage drawn by 2 horses, making your way up the windy, leaf-filled path. You don't know how you got here, or where it is. All you know is that you were brought here by some sort of invitation, by an unknown person. And something about this letter has possessed you to drive up the long path to this mansion. You find yourself standing at the front entrance of the gate. A large, dark iron fence stands before you. It seems to be from the 18th century, and yet there's little signs of wear, as if someone has been keeping up with the maintenance on it. There is a few scratches, some a few inches deep, as if something scratched deep into the iron. What could have done that? A creature? An animal? Or some sort of weapon? You don't really know what has done it. So, the wind begins to howl as you draw closer to the gate. What do you do? What do you do? The leaves continue to swirl beneath your feet as the wind continues to howl from some unknown direction. You wish to open the gate. I'm sorry to say, the gate is locked. Do you knock on the gate? Do you bang on the gate? Do you try to walk around the entire perimeter of the mansion? What do you do? So far I'm seeing that you knock on the gate. Any other takers? That's 2 for knock on the gate. Alright. Let's knock on the gate, everyone. Three knocks on the gate. And for a few seconds, silence. Then you hear it. Someone's walking up towards you.
Hello. Who might you be? What do you want at this hour?
A man stands before you, tall and lanky, with a long black tailcoat, his hair unkempt and greasy, black as pitch, and his eyes are dark brown. What do you reply?
My name is Donovan Fairchild. What do you want at this time of night at my master's estate? You're invited. Show me your invitation.
So, what do you guys do? Do you show him your invitation? Or do you back away from his piercing brown eyes?
invitation, sir. I see. So you were invited by the master. All right. Since you were invited, please come inside and leave your horses here at the door. You will not need them past the gate.
The gate opens with a creaking metallic sound as the lanky man continues to walk up the path very slowly. You walk through the gate and approach the front of the large mansion. An eerie green glow seems to pour from the very windows all around you. Now that you're here, in front of the mansion, what do you want to do? Do you approach the mansion? Or do you interact with the fountain that's in front of you? The lanky man in front of you hears your reply and turns to look at you strangely.
What? Oh, I'm very sorry, madam. I did not see that you were a female. My apologies.
And then he continues on towards the front door. Do you follow him to the front door, or do you interact with the fountain? As you wish. You follow him across the gravelly, like cover of the ground, and begin to walk on the more wooden steps. Slowly, you make your way to the door. Before you is a grand door, a set of double doors with thick old wood, several inches in thickness, with ornate Victorian styling. The wood floor below you seems to be intact, although there are a few places where the boards need some maintenance.
Ah, here we are. Now, why don't you step inside and we can get you warm by the fire in the parlor. Come on, come on.
The man gestures for you to enter inside, What do you do? Do you go in? Okay. He opens the set of double doors. And you walk inside to see the most grand mansion you've ever seen. You step inside. And the howling wind behind you is now much more faint than it was before. The lanky man stares at you a moment before walking to the doors and closing them and locking them with his keys. Stand at the entrance of a large mansion. To your right is a staircase that then divides in two directions. Left to the west wing, right to the east wing. In front of you is a large fireplace with a very warm glow. To your left is the entrance to the parlor room. Now, which direction do you want to go? Right up the stairs, forward to admire the fireplace, or left into the parlor, or technically you could try to escape, but the lanky man, Donovan, stands right beside you.
Well, welcome to Blackwood Manor. My name is Donovan Fairchild. And if you wish, I could go fetch the master. Or you could retire in the parlor, and I could serve you tea and chips. The choice is yours.
The fireplace seems to beckon you forward as you go to admire it and feel the warmth of the fire warming the tips of your fingers, and you start to feel feeling once again as it moves deeper into the digits. The man stands by you, just wanting to know what he should do next.
Madam, what do you want to do? I did not know you were chilled. There is a fireplace in the parlor, if you wish to go there.
Okay, you choose to go to the parlor. He walks forward and opens the door. Here before you is a lavish parlor. It's filled with papers and books and Victorian couches and a love chair. Also in the corner is another fireplace. This one not nearly as large as the one before. There next to you on the couch is a little table with lots of papers. And before that is a large table that seems to have a few plates already ready.
Ah, just sit here and wait for a moment. I'll go into the kitchens and grab you some tea and chips. Wait here.
The man leaves the room and closes the door to the kitchen. Now, what do you do? Do you sit on the couch? Do you go through the papers? Do you admire the view outside the window? Do you go to the fireplace? Or do you try to listen in on what's going on in the kitchen? As you wish. You sit down on the nearest couch by the fire. A set of papers are right before you. They rustle as you look through them. As you continue to rummage through the papers, you notice that one of the newspaper clippings seems to draw your eye. It has the name of a man, as well as the picture of the mansion. And it reads, Edward Sullivan died 1954. Left his inheritance to one William Sullivan, heir to the Blackwood Manor estate. As you continue to rummage through the newspaper, you then notice that there were strange tales of murders happening throughout the history of the 150-year-old house. Something strange seems to be going on in this house, but you're not quite sure of what. And as you do that, you get an eerie feeling, and then suddenly, a strike of lightning comes out of nowhere, and then you hear the sound of a ghost. A chill runs up your spine. Someone somewhere moaned. It seems to be coming from upstairs, but you're not quite sure. Just then, you start to hear the sounds of dishware as the man comes forward to you. Ah, I see you've already taken a sit on the couch. Here, let me pour you a drink. The man pours you a tall glass of red liquid. Upon first smelling it, it seems to be sweet, like some kind of fruit punch, or juice of some kind. Ah, don't worry. It's nothing weird. It's just some berry juice. Courtesy of our kitchens. Now, please drink, and I'll fetch the master. What do? Do you stay by the fire and wait for the master to return? Do you go into the kitchens? Do you go back out into the main entrance? What do you do? Also, I should note that there is a strange-looking box on top of the bookcase. You might be able to open it. What do you do? From what your limited senses can perceive, the drink doesn't seem to be poisoned, but then again, it could be one of those sightless, scentless poisons. Time is of the essence. If you don't make a move soon, he might get you. Most of you seem to be wanting to meet the master. Is that true? Okay. You wait here by the fire for a few more minutes. thoughts of leaving go by in your mind. Several times you almost get up to run, but something keeps you sitting there. Then you hear footsteps coming down the staircase. Thump, 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 thump. A set of footsteps come down the stairs, and your last final chance to leave has all but run out. Yet again, the storm that seems to be coming hits again. Another thunderstrike echoes through the room. The storm approaches. Finally, the doors to the parlor open yet again. And in comes Donovan Fairchild, the lanky man with greasy black hair and a black, dusty tailcoat, and William Sullivan, an old man with grayish hair down to his shoulders. There seems to be a scar across his eye, as if someone tried to cut it or slash it. He approaches you with a look of curiosity.
And who do we have here? Ah, my honored guest, here to visit me in my mansion. Sorry, it has been a long time since I have had another guest in my house. Please do not stand. I will sit next to you.
Donovan Fairchild steps away to allow his master to slowly walk towards you. He sits across from you on the armchair and slowly sits down as his old bones begin to creak and groan.
Yes, I'm sure you're wondering why I've asked you to come here. One thing at a time. How was your journey? Was your path up here uneventful?
Do you tell him the truth, or do you lie? You decide to both lie and tell the truth. You tell him that it was mostly uneventful, except for one particular time when you might have heard something scary. But you're glad to be here in the warmth of the mansion.
see. Well, I am glad it was mostly uneventful. I hope that your stay here remains the same. Now, you're probably wondering why I brought you here. Do you not? I am William. I am William Sullivan. I'm the son of Edward Sullivan. When my father died, he gave me this mansion, and for 40 years, I have kept ownership over this estate. I have many servants, but one thing I do not have is someone to share in my last few remaining years. I need companionship, a friend. Would you be my friend?
Do you say yes or no? You say yes. I'll be your friend. With a little bit of hesitation in your voice, but you try to hide it.
Good. I'm very glad that you said yes. It has been a long time since I've had a friend. Here. Let's shake on it. I'll be your friend, if you be mine.
Do you shake his hand? Or do you hesitate? Another lightning strike hits from outside. The storm gets closer. You decide to shake his hand, perhaps with a little bit of hesitation, but eventually you gulp down your fear and shake it.
Thank you, my child. It has been a long time since I've had the honor of having a friend. Now, I have a room upstairs for you. The storm is approaching, and you are not to be able to leave here, for the storm will most likely flood the road. You may also stay here and eat before you retire. The choice is yours. But first thing in the morning, I have something I'd like for you to do for me. Yes. Master would like for you to help with the courtyard. I can speak for myself, Donovan. Yes. The courtyard needs a little bit of tending to. And it would be nice to have a woman's touch But first, do you eat? Or would you like to retire to your bedroom?
What do you answer? Part of you wants to go right upstairs because you're so tired from a long journey, but your stomach just continues to grumble and growl. So you decide to eat first.
Ah, you wish to eat? Come, I will feed you my steak dinner with baked potatoes and the best of puddings, chocolate. Donovan. Yes, sir. Make sure you fetch the best silverware we have and bring it here to the parlor. Yes, sir.
You see Donovan leave into the kitchen as he retrieves more food. You sit there for the longest time, watching his every move and every flicker of his eyes as he continues to stare deep into your soul. You're almost a little bit uncomfortable. You look away for a moment, and that's when you see it. Dark, looming storm clouds. They seem to be dark as pitch, and they seem to be moving very, very fast towards the mansion. Soon, Donovan returns with a huge tray of food. Steaming steak sizzles in the very silver china, and an array of many different forks and knives and spoons, as well as a white handkerchief. Surrounding the steak are several baked potatoes, already filled with butter, cream, and cheese, melted into the crevice, as well as a bowl full of chocolate pudding and whipped cream. As he continues to cut the meat, Donovan stares at you for just a moment, seemingly licking his lips as he stares at the steak. Then you. The steak is then brought towards you, sizzling. Or do you go for the potatoes first? You cut into the potatoes, and they seem to be the most creamy, filling, buttery potatoes you've ever tasted in your entire life, as if they came from a 5-star restaurant. You moan, and you are filled with ecstasy at every bite. Then you move on to the steak, and just like the potatoes, every piece of meat is tender and juicy and full of flavor. You wonder who this cook might be to be such an amazing artist. After you've had your fill, you gulp down a little bit of the red liquid and figure out that it is indeed a mixture of berry, strawberry, and mandarin oranges in a beautiful cocktail of fruit juices. You lay back with your stomach completely filled, and you pat it very lightly. The old man has been watching this entire time, smiling, occasionally looking over at the bookcase, and then to Donovan.
You seem to have enjoyed yourself. I'm glad. We do have some of the best cooks in the world here at my mansion. All right, it's time to retire. Donovan, take her up to the room and show her in. I'm going to head to mine. Good night, madam. Good night, Donovan.
Yes, sir. Follow me, miss. You get up, and you follow him out into the main entrance. The tall, lanky man, Donovan, strikes a match and lights 3 candles on an old-fashioned candlestick.
This way, madam.
You follow him up the staircase, and once you reach the top, you hear this. The storm appears to have arrived. It's getting worse. Rain begins to fall. Follow him up the long, old staircase, and he takes you to the west wing. The upstairs is divided into two wings, the west wing and the east wing. You have been taken to the west wing. On the right-hand side are several chairs, paintings, and tables filled with antiques.
This way, madam. I'll take you to your room.
You follow him down the west wing, down an even further hallway. The hallway leads down to a set of 7 doors, 3 on one side, 3 on the other, and 1 door at the end of the hall. He takes you to the second door on the right, and he opens up the door. The door creaks open, and you see that you're inside your bedroom. Bedroom number 2. It seems to be the old nursery, with little toys scattered on the floor, and plushes and dolls lining the mantel and across the room. A painting of an old woman who seems to be a grandmother stands above a fireplace that is not currently lit, and on the left-hand side is a very large queen-size bed with draperies and curtains.
Here's your room, madam. If you need anything, only ring the bell, and I will come and find you. If there's nothing else, I will be leaving.
Is that all you want? Are you going to fall asleep for the night? Or are you going to lie to him and say that you are going to bed when you're really not? You decide to lie to him, telling him that you're ready to go to bed, but that you might want to go and get yourself a glass of water. And he replies, "Well, I can go get you a glass of water. Stay here, and I will return." The man leaves the door, and you're there in the room alone. You also see on the left-hand side of the room a large bookcase completely filled with books, some of them so old you swear they have to be old parchment from the 15th or 16th centuries, while others seem way more modern, as if they're coming from the 20th century. Anything from physics, psychology, and even the paranormal. As you continue to stand in the room, you hear him walking further and further away. You're about to maybe turn around and try to sneak out or something when you hear this. Sorry about that. You're about to do something. Whether you go to the bookcase, go to the bed, go look at one of the dolls, or try to leave when you hear this. A woman's scream pierces through the night and echoes down the hallway. What just happened? Is she dead? Is she in pain? What is happening here? Strange sound, like that of some kind of flute, echoes down the hallway, and the screaming stops. End of chapter 1. So guys, what'd you think? Chapter 1 of Requiem of Blood. Did you enjoy it? Thanks, guys. You need help in the RP on the Discord. What's happening? looking at my Discord right now. Trying to see what's happening in the thing. Hope nobody's in trouble right now. Sorry about that, guys. I was just trying to make sure I saw what's going on in the Discord. I'm glad you guys liked it. I'd like to do another one. If you guys liked it, this is your time to donate. All donations go to making more videos and amazing live streams like this. And I appreciate every single dollar you guys give. It really helps. It's in general? Okay, thanks guys. I'll look to see what's going on. Alright, back to chat. You didn't like it as much? Jacob? Well, this was chapter 1 of the RP. I didn't want to go too long, because it is 1 o'clock in the morning for me. Also, this was mostly a test to see if you guys even liked the idea. Aw, thank you, Amanda. Amanda Hendley. And every word you just heard, by the way, was completely ad-libbed, as was the sound effects. I just literally did it on the spot, so... Yay. Aw, you saw a lizard, huh? That's okay. Not everybody likes horror stories. But if you like this general idea of an RP, I actually have another idea of doing a fantasy RP or something like that. I'll talk to you guys after the stream, Neko and Cassie, to figure out this problem. But for everybody else, thank you guys for joining. Last chance, the link to Streamlabs is in the description of this video. You can donate any amount you want, and it'll go towards supporting me and the channel, these videos, and live streams like this. So thank you guys for joining me, and I will probably do chapter 2, maybe next week, like Monday or something. I'll announce it on the YouTube channel and streams. Yeah, I was thinking about a really cool fantasy RP. It's actually something I wanted to do on Eloquy, the roleplay website, but nobody wanted to do it with me. It was called Dragonia, and I actually made my own guild, the Silver Dragon Guild and everything, and I even made my own custom pictures and stuff. And I so want to do it, but I just didn't have a group to do it with. So this time I'd like to do it with you guys, and maybe even have you guys sort of RP in the chat. Either that or do another choose your own adventure thing. We'll see. Hey Donna, how's it going? I'm so glad you guys like this thing. Next AdventureCast stream? I think it might be next week. Next weekend? I'm not sure. Because I know this weekend is Hannah's or Yuri's mama's birthday. And I think it's just going to be us friends celebrating it. But next weekend might be our first, or not first, but our next AdventureCast stream. Wow. Thank you, Amanda. I'm glad you liked it so much. Well, I have things to take care of in my Discord. One last announcement. That if you like this, obviously go down and to the Streamlabs and donate. If you also like this video, make sure to like it and subscribe. I will be doing something like this at least once a week. An RP thing. Maybe twice a week. We'll see. Because this actually wasn't as hard as I thought, so I might just do one or two a week if this really catches on and becomes popular. So, yeah, I'm sorry, Nashi-chan, you are late. We're at the end of chapter 1. You can always go back and listen to the whole thing again and catch up on the story, because this is basically a live RP, so you guys are actually making the story happen. There's actually other choices you could have done and gone in so many different directions, so you guys are making the story. You're making it happen. Alright guys, have a good night. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video. Remember as always to stay sexy.